Let's get started today lying on our backs. So we'll go ahead and use the abdominals to help us roll down. We're going to be doing a lot of core work today. Let's get started with our bridge pose, walking the heels in towards the glutes, making sure that they line up right underneath the knees. We're going to press the palms down to the side of the body and again, working with our breath. So as we inhale, begin to tuck the pelvis, gazing right up at the sky, coming up to about the mid-thoracic, and then exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, releasing all the way to the back. And just doing that about a couple of times, inhaling through the nose as we lift the pelvis up, and exhaling back down. One more time, just a little baby bridge, inhaling, rolling up, making sure the knees are staying, squeezing together, and exhale, releasing down. As we inhale up, this time maybe create a little more height as you lift the pelvis up higher, and exhale, rolling down. Taking some spinal articulation. Inhale, rolling up, and exhale, rolling down. So our core consists of our abdominals and our back, so we want to strengthen and lengthen both. From here, we'll inhale, adding the arms, taking the hands over the head, lengthening them over the body as you lift up, and exhale, releasing them back down as you lower the hips. 2 more times, inhale, lifting up, and exhale, releasing. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, release. We're going to move into knee to chest. So we're going to draw that right knee into the chest as we extend the left leg, and again, working with our breath. So we're going to exhale as we release it into the chest. Inhale as we switch, and exhale, pulling the left into the chest. And just doing that a couple of times, moving at your own pace of your breath. Continuing to feel that breath in the abdomen. Every exhale, we pull that navel tight to the spine. Last time, exhale, release, and then release the feet back to the floor. We're going to move into some abdominal work. So in yoga, we want to take the hands behind the head, always working with a neutral spine. So when we come up, we're going to want to exhale, gaze right between the knees, and inhale, rolling down. Working with our abdominal breath. Exhale, pulling the navel to the spine, lifting the head and shoulders off of the floor, and inhale, releasing down. Making sure to squeeze the glutes to help lift the pelvic floor. And again, letting your breath be your guide. So we're not working towards a certain number here. We want a nice quality over a quantity. And one more time, exhaling up. And inhale, releasing. Let's just go ahead and drop the legs over to the left so that we can press the whole body up. We're going to move into all fours, coming into our sunbird. So planting the hands right underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. It's similar to our cat-cow. We're starting with the breath by exhaling, drawing the knee into the chest, taking the roundness of the spine, and inhale, send the toe up towards the sky as you release the pelvis and arch the spine. And again, using the abdominals to draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, sending it back, starting to build heat in the body by coordinating the breath and the movement. And releasing the right side, switching over to the left right away. Exhale, drawing it into the chest. Inhale as you send it out, making sure that those hands are spread out nice and wide so that we're not sinking into the wrists. We're distributing the weight throughout all 5 parts of the hands. And last time. Dropping the knee down and pushing those hips back to the heels. Coming to our child's pose, trying to walk the fingertips out and then just let the heart descend. Taking a couple of breaths here to just feel the length of the spine. Let's go ahead and move into our downward facing dog, tucking the toes underneath, lifting the hips up and back, and trying to release through the heels. So we're a little bit tight, being it our first down dog. Let's just bicycle out the heels, alternating, pressing one down and then the other, walking out our dog. Moving right into our half series of our sun salutations. So shifting straight into our plank. Again, our hands are right underneath the shoulders, the belly button is pulling in, strong abdominals. Option to drop the knees and exhale as we lower down, chin and chest coming all the way to the stomach. Relaxing the toes, drawing the shoulder blades back, and lifting forward through the heart by the use of the lower back. And exhale, release, tuck the toes under, using the abdominals pushing straight up, and exhaling back. Again, shifting right into your plank, starting to flow with the breath. Exhale, lower. Option to come into the cobra, or we can come right into our up dog, a deeper sensation in the back, and then exhale, tucking the toes underneath and pushing up and back. And just starting to move on your own, one breath per movement, feeling the energy start to come through the body as well as the heat. And shifting back to our last downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and draw the right knee into the chest by the use of the abdominals, placing it down into a lunge. We're going to move into our twisting lunge. So let's go ahead and drop the back knee to start out with, placing that left hand on the inside of the right foot, and then twisting from the midsection, lifting the right hand up. Pulling the navel in, twisting from the base of the spine, keeping that right knee over the ankle. Option to tuck the toe underneath for a deeper sensation in the hip, lifting the knee off of the floor. Always twisting on your exhales. And exhale, release that hand down. From here, we're going to move into our twisting triangle. We're going to want to move the back leg in a little bit, similar to our pyramid pose, so that we have a shorter stance, easier for us to balance. And again, the left hand is going to stay on the inside of the right foot, taking the right hand onto the hip, same feeling, twisting from the base of the spine, and then elongating the right hand up. Every exhale, pulling the navel to the spine. And exhale, release. Bending that knee down, stepping back to our plank. We're going to go ahead and move into our side plank. So the left hand is going to come directly underneath the shoulder, stacking the feet and lifting the right hand up. We have the option to drop the bottom knee for a little bit more support. We want to feel as though there's a harness around the waist, just lifting us up towards the sky. And exhale, release. And let's go ahead, bend the knees, step the feet forward, coming to the forward fold, releasing over the legs, letting the spine relax. Inhale, growing length. Exhale, release, and inhale all the way to standing. Gathering length in the torso, let the blood come down to the feet. Exhale, drawing the hands into the heart. So we'll go ahead and move on to the other side, coming to the top of our mat. Starting with our inhale, lengthening through the torso. Exhale, descending down, relaxing over the legs. Inhale, growing length. Exhale, relax the spine. And stepping back with the right leg, dropping the knee, moving into our twisting lunge. Right hand stays down, and the left hand lifts up. So really pulling the navel in. If we don't use the abdominals here in our twist, we can put a little bit of a strain on the lower back, so making sure to engage the abdominals. Option to tuck the toe and pick the bottom knee up. Still trying to release in the hips. Exhale, release the left hand down, moving the back foot in, placing it flat onto the mat. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts up. We can also just leave that left hand onto the hip. if we have shoulder problems. And exhale, release. And coming into our last posture, our side plank. This time the right hand comes underneath, the feet stack, lifting through the waist. Option 2, drop the knee down. Really focusing on the obliques. And exhale, releasing down. Again, stepping the feet forward. Toes are together, heels are apart, releasing the spine. Inhale, finding the length. Exhale, relaxing the spine. And inhale, gathering length all the way to standing. Drawing the hands down and into the heart. Next, we're going to work on our balancing posture. Today, we're going to work on our eagle pose. So sometimes we can get a little tied up. So just listen carefully. We're going to take the right hand underneath the left. Then bend the elbows to wrap the hands together. From here, lifting the elbows out and up. Bending into the knees. You want to get a nice bend into the knees. Then peeling the right foot off of the floor. Crossing it over the left. And you're either going to wrap once or twice, hooking the toe around the ankle. Pulling the navel to the spine, finding your focus. And then releasing the right leg, uncross the arms. Take a little bit of a lengthening feeling as you lift through the torso. Exhale, cross the left underneath the right this time. Again, bending the elbows, wrapping the hands together, bending into the knees, hinging from the hips, peeling the left leg off of the floor, crossing over once or twice, and holding. Just listening to your breath. And release the leg. Inhale the hands up. And exhale them down and into the heart. Moving to the top of our mat to come down onto the floor again. Inhaling up, growing length. Exhale, send the heart forward longer than before. Relax the spine, relax the head. Inhale, grow length. Exhale, release, stepping back with the feet coming to our plank pose. Our last sun salutation. Exhale, release. Inhale, shift. Exhale, down dog. Drop the knees and relax in your child's pose. Releasing the spine, releasing the hands and the head. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And we'll swing the legs around so that we're in a seated position. Again, rolling onto our back. Using those abdominals. We're going to move into 2 rounds of our bridge pose. So now that we're a little warmed up, we can move into a deeper sensation of the posture. We're going to want to press the hands down, starting out the same, beginning by inhaling and rolling up. Once you get up about halfway, wiggle the shoulder blades together, interlace the fingers, and try to reach those fingertips towards the feet. And then continue to press through the pelvis, taking a little bit of a back bend, keeping the inner thighs engaged so that the knees don't roll out. Keeping some length between the chin and the chest. Releasing the hands and rolling down one vertebrae at a time. So before we hug the knees into the chest, just walk the feet out about the distance of the mat. Let the knees roll in, let the hands rest on the belly, just taking some time to focus on your abdominal breath. And let the spine and the pelvis release, closing the eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Let the spine release. Then walk the feet in for one more time of our bridge pose. Hands flatten out. We roll up halfway on our inhale. Draw the shoulder blades together, interlace the fingers underneath the spine, and continue to press through the hips. Focusing on the breath, you can watch the stomach rise and fall. And then exhale, rolling down. And go ahead and hug those knees into the chest, just releasing the spine and the lower back completely. So we're just gonna finish out our class today with some more abdominals. Our main focus was our core. So taking the hands behind the head and just finishing out the same way that we started. Moving right into those abdominals. Always working on pulling the navel to the spine, especially on those exhales, and especially as we lift the head and shoulders off the floor so that we're building our abdominals on a nice flat stomach. And last time. Releasing the head. Moving into our last two postures of every class, our inversion, elevating the hips, placing the hands underneath, and then lifting the feet up to the sky. Closing the eyes, starting to let the heart rate even out. The breath begins to deepen and slow down. The shoulders relax, the chest relaxes, the hips, the feet, the legs. Releasing the hands, using the abdominals as you flex through the feet to slowly lower the legs down to the mat. And then puffing up the chest, moving right into our fish pose. Drawing the shoulder blades together, puffing up the chest. Exhale, draw the chin into the chest and roll down through the spine. Coming to our final relaxation. So just taking the feet about 45 degrees apart, the hands 45 degrees apart. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Close the eyes, find your breath, and just let your whole body descend down into the mat. To end our class today, we'll bring our hands into our Anjali Mudra, hands together, thumbs pressing against the sternum, and then bowing our chin down into our hands, closing the eyes to just reflect inward. And today, just focusing on everything that we're thankful for and all the gifts that we've been blessed with, and thinking about how we can share those with others. Namaste.